It's crazy to me how when the topic is about black girls and women and girls in general, it's really hard for men to try to see our perspective and try to be understanding. I haven't watched the R.Kelly documentary, and I'm not going to for various reasons, but I've gotten enough off of social media for me to come to a few conclusions. For one, it's really sad to see a bunch of grown men on social media bashing underage girls, saying, oh, they made that choice, oh, they wanted it, oh, they know better, oh, they was fast, blah, blah, blah. Because it's funny how when it comes to boys and men, we say, oh, they were just boys being boys, oh, they were just young, oh, they made mistakes. But when it comes to a female, you don't get no second chances. You don't get no leeway, especially for black girls. We're expected to live at a certain standard. And once we have that fast image or that whole image or whatever the case may be, it's like we're tarnished forever no matter what we do. Like, we're not even allowed to live through our puberty and be hormonal and want that. Listen, when you was in high school, some girls dealt with the boys that was in high school and everything was a popularity contest. But other females dealt with dudes outside of school. And they thought it was cute. And they thought it was fun. Somebody was hyping them up and telling them, oh, you mature for your age. You this, you that. Let me buy you this. Come smoke with me. Come drink with me. Come do this. Now, as a teenager, we all know that a lot of them don't know better. And even girls with good parents and straight A's and does everything right will still deviate and do something they're not supposed to be doing. Now, if that's the case, and then there's these grown men dealing with these females, if those grown men made better choices and decided that they weren't going to deal with these young girls, there wouldn't be people for them to deal with. How can y'all say that these girls wanted something like that, or young girls are being fast, when they're the ones being manipulated? Just like a dude that might be a straight A student, might have one parent in the household, might be living in poverty, what he gonna do? He gonna go sell drugs. He gonna go join a gang if he don't know no better. And it's not because, oh, he just want to be badass. No, that might be part of it, but the driving factor is that he wants to have people around him that feel like family. He wants to make money. He wants to feed his family. So he's going to make poor choices because of it. It doesn't mean that a cop has the right to shoot and kill that boy. It doesn't mean that that kid deserves to die. It means that he made poor choices and he might have to live through it. But it doesn't mean he deserved it. Y'all should have the same energy when it comes to these females. Just because they might be a little lost and not have some type of self-esteem, not have the self-confidence, generationally, the lack of fathers in the home and the lack of guidance have led a lot of our black girls to be less self-confident, to have low self-esteem, to experience having fear of rejection and fear of abandonment. That leads us to have lives that make poor choices. And if money is the driving factor, and you don't have money, you don't know what you would do to obtain that money. You don't know what you would do for somebody to make you be quiet, all in the name of money. Manipulation doesn't just work like that. It's not just oh yes, yeah, choose me. I want to be manipulated. I want to be controlled. I want to be molested. I want to be 14 and be with a 27-year-old because I know how to make these types of choices. That's not something you can say. Can't nobody tell me that when they was 14, 15, 16, they made all the right decisions. They had a grown-up mind. They knew what they wanted. Because even from the age from 18 to 21, I changed so much from when I was 17 and 16. It's ridiculous. Even now, I'm 28, and I'm still growing. I'm still learning. Like, the last year of my life has been the most time where I've learned and grown than ever before. Did I have that mindset when I was 14 and 15 years old? No. It just baffles me how we put so much time and energy on saying, oh, what's wrong with the girl? What's wrong with the parents? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? But we spend no time saying, what's wrong with a grown man dating a child, having sex with somebody who's under 18? Why you want to hold everybody accountable except for the person who needs to be accountable? The adult in the situation. Yeah, I want people to speak up. Yeah, I want people to tell their experience. Yeah, I want people to say what happened. But then when they do, we prosecute them. We figure out what type of lifestyle they live. Are they fast? Do they want this? Did they do that? We make them feel shameful. We make them feel guilty. We tell them that they're lying. How do you expect people to want to speak up and speak their truth when most likely it won't even be accepted? To have that type of confidence, to balance out the fear, the guilt, the shame, and to know that a man's image and his contributions to society will always outweigh your worth just as a woman. That shit's crazy to me. Like, women are literally weighed by what they do sexually and the way they present themselves in society. It don't matter if you got degrees. It don't matter if you're the smartest person in the world. It don't matter how much you give back to the community. It don't matter how much you achieve. Once you have that image, that's it. But a man can cheat. A man could be abusive. A man could be a molester. Why? A man because he's a football player. Because he's a mayor. Because he's an R&B singer. Because he's been a part of history. Because he's been on TV. His sexual past gets a pass. And I'm not even specifically speaking on the R.Kelly situation. I can't. I didn't even watch it. And for anybody to say, oh, you just jumping on a bandwagon, now you want to mute R.Kelly, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I've been couldn't listen to R.Kelly. Just last year I was dealing with somebody who tried to play some R.Kelly. Nah, I can't even listen to that. But nah, I can't even. Just imagining that his energy and the things he's singing about is towards his preference, which is little girls. And nah, I'm not here for it. I can't speak for nobody else. I can't. Yeah, our community decides to ignore certain things and then want to hype the situation up when everything is put out in the open. But I'd rather people be suddenly aware than not aware at all. This just goes to show how many people are accountable. How many people want to say, I'm still going to listen to R. Kelly. I'm still going to do this. Y'all sound the same as them parents, as all them predator protectors that be like, oh, well, you know, he did that, but he does X, Y, and Z, so that counters it out. He makes good music. He takes care of the family. He brings the money home. He's my boyfriend. He does this. He does that. He's the king of R&B. All of these reasons are reasons that are better than the fact that he likes little girls and manipulates little girls, right? And that's what happens in our regular human society, non-celebrity life. Little girls are constantly being told that everything else matters more than them. And that's the problem.